Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. David Beckham gives his support to Manchester United centre back Harry Maguire. Manchester United legend David Beckham has given his support to England international centre back Harry Maguire, according to The Sun. The Red Devils defender has been under fire in recent months, and things worsened last Tuesday after his own goal in the Three Lions 3-1 friendly win against Scotland. Maguire has been on the receiving end of jeers by opposition fans, having fallen out of favour under manager Erik ten Hag, which prompted Beckham to message him to show his support. The Man United hero texted the former captain after the game, urging him to prove his doubters wrong. Beckham also told Maguire to ignore the trolls, praising him for the way he has handled months of ridicule and abuse. The message meant the word to the centre-back, who is expected to be on the bench when the Red Devils take on Brighton and Hove Albion at Old Trafford later today. Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof did not finish the game against Arsenal due to injuries in the last game before the international break, but recovered quickly enough to represent their nations. Ten Hag is expected to stick with them against the Seagulls, but Maguire could see action if either of them is unable to finish the game. The 30-year-old was stripped of the captaincy in July as the Red Devils manager wanted someone in his starting 11 wearing the armband, and he was expected to leave Old Trafford in the summer. However, a move to West Ham United fell through, and Maguire will now look to prove himself all over again in the Man United colours in a bid to force his way back into the first team. Beckham knows what it takes to endure heavy criticism after what he went through following his sending off in the 1998 World Cup, and hopefully Maguire can learn one or two things from him and use that to motivate himself as he looks to work his way back to form and confidence. Antony was under investigation even before Manchester United were trying to sign him. Of all the problems Manchester United have faced this season, on and off the pitch, the most unexpected one has been the saga involving Antony. The domestic violence allegations leveled against him have developed into a he said, she said case where nothing is clear, but United have stepped in and sent him on an extended leave while a verdict is reached. However, recent reports indicate that the club could have avoided it all if proper due diligence had been done before securing his signature. James Ducker of The Telegraph reports that Antony has been under investigation in response to the complaints since May 2022, when the initial reports were filed. This was almost 3 months before the Brazilian arrived at Old Trafford. United spent the whole summer chasing the then Ajax man as he looked to be Erik ten Hag's undisputed number one target on the right wing. Ultimately, he signed in a highly lucrative deal worth nearly £85 million. However, it's unclear if United knew of these investigations at the time, but if they did, then it would be another hit to their due diligence credentials. This would be the second time in a short span. Earlier, there were reports that Jadon Sancho has been a problematic character with regard to his professionalism from his Borussia Dortmund days, but United pressed ahead with the signing anyway. That revelation, combined with his recent Antony bombshell, poses question marks on United's recruitment policy and process, which has come under the scanner for its extreme reliance on Ten Hag. As of the time of writing, Antony remains on an extended leave from the club, and the investigation into the allegations against him remains ongoing. Erik ten Hag unsure if Jadon Sancho will play for Manchester United again. Erik ten Hag admits he is not sure if Jadon Sancho will play for Manchester United again. After the 3-1 loss to Arsenal, the Dutchman revealed that Sancho was dropped from the squad due to poor attitude in training. The England international took to social media to accuse Ten Hag of lying and called himself a scapegoat. The Red Devils did not appreciate Sancho coming after the manager publicly and banished him from the first team. In the press conference ahead of today's game against Brighton and Hove Albion, Ten Hag accepted that he is unsure if Sancho could play for him again. He told ManUnited.com, "I don't know. I'm sitting here. Tomorrow we have a big game. We are going into a new block of games, many games in a condensed program. I focus on that. I don't know how long the disciplinary issue will take, but as I say, I don't think about that. I think about tomorrow. I think about the way the team has to progress. We go to the Champions League. I have a lot to consider to make the right decisions. I don't think this subject is important. I think is important is that I have to prepare my team, so that's what I do. It's also not about me, it's about the team and the club." Sancho has endured tumultuous spell since he arrived from Borussia Dortmund in 2021 in a deal worth more than £70 million. Ten Hag went out of the way and designed a training program for the winger last season in a busy campaign. He gave Sancho a sabbatical to work on his physical and mental health. His claim of being a scapegoat looks far-fetched. We believe that Sancho should have maintained positive behavior in training sessions. Ten Hag is doing the right thing by setting the standards, which have been too low under the last few United managers. Real Madrid have asked their chief scout to closely monitor Alejandro Garnacho's development. There have been murmurs that Spanish giants Real Madrid are keeping a close eye on Alejandro Garnacho, and as per Defensa Central, Real's chief scout Juni Calafat is a big fan of the Argentina international. Garnacho, who was born in Madrid and came up through the ranks at Atletico Madrid, is naturally drawn towards the Spanish capital, something Los Blancos want to take advantage of. However, the scout also knows that there are steps that Garnacho still needs to take in order to become an undoubted world star. He is not yet ready to challenge the likes of Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. That's why for now, Real are adopting a wait and watch policy before jumping for the United man if he shows an explosion in terms of his displays on the pitch. The report from Defensa Central read, Joni Calafat considers that he has fundamental qualities for a Real Madrid attacker, and he has let Florentino Perez know this. Perez, in response, has recommended Joni Calafat to closely follow his performance in the Premier League. The head of the Real's scouts knows that the investment that would be made in Alejandro Garnacho is more for the future than for the short term. His relative inexperience on the big football stages is a serious impediment for Real Madrid to place him on their list. Although the situation could change as long as he has an explosion of quality and shows all the potential that Calafat has seen in him. Garnacho recently signed a contract extension with the Red Devils, which will keep him at the Theatre of Dreams until 2028. He is currently valued at €25 million as per transfer market, but for United, he is not for sale, and there is no chance he leaves anytime soon. Peter Schmeichel says there isn't a weakness in Rasmus Hojlund's game. Manchester United legend Peter Schmeichel has said that there is not a weakness in Rasmus Hojlund's game ahead of his home debut against Brighton and Hove Albion. The Dane joined the Red Devils from Atalanta in early August and made his debut against Arsenal before the international break after overcoming a back problem. The 20-year-old was lively in his cameo performance. He gave the Gunners' backline something to think about and could have won a penalty before stoppage time. Hojlund is set to make his maiden appearance at Old Trafford today. It's anticipated that he will get the nod in the starting lineup ahead of Antony Martial. Prior to the game, Schmeichel has said in the matchday program that Hojlund has no weaknesses in his game and has all the attributes to become an elite striker. He said, "He is a very, very nice boy. I have been asked about him a lot, and the phrase I always use is that he has a lot of unfulfilled potential. There isn't a weakness in his game. There isn't a part of his game where he can't be absolutely excellent. A lot of that has to come from how he handles himself, and I am absolutely sure he will do that well, but it's also about how he's being coached. This guy is everything. He is big, strong, quick, physical, technical, tactically adept, everything you want in a footballer, everything you want in a striker. He's got the nose as well of a number 9. Hojlund has joined the Red Devils with high expectations on him. The Dane has been dubbed as the new Erling Haaland as he possesses similar strength in the final third. The ex-Atalanta striker has a strong physical and aerial presence, but also possesses plenty of pace. He can also dribble his way into the box and has good finishing skills. The youngster has yet to find the consistency required to become a renowned striker. In our view, he has the right platform at United under the tutelage of Erik ten Hag. Hojlund has already excelled at the international level with 6 goals this year, and the fans will be hoping to see the Dane replicate the same with the Red Devils. Erik ten Hag confirms Sofyan Amrabat will miss a Brighton game with minor injury. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has confirmed that midfielder Sofyan Amrabat won't be making his debut against Brighton and Hove Albion today. The Morocco international has been nursing a minor back injury over recent weeks, and it appears he has not recovered in time for today's Premier League encounter. In a recent interview with MUTV, Ten Hag confirmed that the summer signing won't be available, but he is not far from his maiden appearance. He said, Amrabat, he came back unfortunately with the injury, so he will not be available for tomorrow, but I think on the short notice, yes. The 27-year-old was linked with a move to Old Trafford throughout the summer, and United eventually made the decision to sign him on a free transfer deadline. The club could not afford a permanent transfer due to financial fair play reasons, but they managed to land him on a temporary basis with an option to buy. The Red Devils paid a high loan fee of 10 million euros to bring him to Old Trafford, and this is a clear indication that the club see him as part of their long-term plans. Amrabat started his professional playing career at Utrecht under Ten Hag, and the midfielder will be keen to impress his manager right from the beginning. He won't be making his debut today, but it may not be long before he takes the playing field. We could see Amrabat and Casemiro playing together. Amrabat's super passing and ball control could be perfect alongside Casemiro's tough tackling skills. Getafe manager reveals reason for not selecting Mason Greenwood against Osasuna. Getafe manager Jose Bordalas has revealed the reason why Manchester United loanee Mason Greenwood is not in his squad to face Osasuna. Greenwood joined the La Liga side on deadline day amidst the huge controversy over his return to football. He had been suspended since early last year, pending investigations into alleged attempted rape and assault charges. With police charges dropped and a club inquiry completed, the 21-year-old had been lined up to return to the United squad, but public outcry forced CEO Richard Arnold to perform a U-turn and seek a loan move for the player. But having not played football for such a long time, Bordalas explained that Greenwood was not yet ready for competitive action. He said, It's a great hope and there is a great expectation to see him. He has been a year and a half without competing, unemployed, and he is in that period of adaptation and catching up with his teammates. You have to be patient and take care of him. We have to be patient, calm, and tranquil. We know the potential and the level he has. His teammates are helping him a lot. The locker room has welcomed him with open arms, like the rest of the new players, and everyone has felt the warmth of the group. Even if Greenwood manages to relaunch his career at Getafe, it still seems unlikely that he will play for United again. The Old Trafford club will hope that his improvement and gradual reintroduction will increase the number of clubs interested in his services in a year's time and the amount of money they are willing to pay for him. One of the most promising youngsters even to have come out of United's academy, this tragic situation can never have a happy ending, but for United, some sort of financial compensation will soften the blow of losing the talented forward. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care